like sands through the Iowa wastes. This is the Wheel of Time.
Back to As the Wheel Turns. I'm Laurel Sedai, and I'm here with Al Dave Moncarbino.
Hello.
We're popping in for a little mid-book chat. Dave is not quite done with Fires of Heaven, and neither am I. So, but we have some other stuff we wanted to chat about.
For sure.
Kicking things off, the Watt show cancellation efforts, the efforts to overturn the cancellation. There's the Save Watt campaign. If you haven't been there, it's savewot.com. They've gotten over 193 signatures on their petition. They've done
193,000 signatures.
Oh, what did I say?
193 signatures. That would not be a very good campaign.
Sad. Over 193,000 signatures on the petition. If you haven't signed it, you should. And they've also done a bunch of billboards in Culver City, California, and in New York City, and in Australia, and I think in Brazil. So I am still skeptical anything's going to happen, but it's very inspiring to see the effort that's being made. Mm-hmm. So again, savewot.com if you have not signed the petition, or if you want to see where things are at. So Dave, you were almost done with Fires of Heaven?
I would say I'm like 3/4 of the way through of Fires of Heaven.
You said you had gotten to the point that Matt had killed Couladin.
Yeah.
And you're finding out about it from a third party. Okay. Yeah, I am well before you.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten caught up reading other things.
And you've read this before, so it's not that big a deal.
But still, it's been a very long time. It's been not a very long time, but it's been like 2 years since I read this particular one. So, there's stuff I didn't remember, and I'm enjoying it a lot, but I am behind. I have to catch up, and there's no excuse. So, the other thing that's coming up next week, so today is Saturday, July 5th, is the WattCon. Dave and I are not going, but we have a virtual membership, so we can try to catch some of the panels, and there's a roving reporter, so if you can't go, the virtual memberships, I believe, are open until the show starts, or the event starts. So $50, good deal.
Yeah.
And maybe next year we'll go, but,
Yeah, we didn't go this year.
Not this year, unfortunately. So what I wanted to do for this episode is play this little quiz I found, which determines what Ajah you're in. And I have, for full transparency, I have tested it myself. Though I will retake it because I can't remember what answers I gave. But I thought I'd kick it off with you, Dave.
Okay.
To see which Ajah you would be in if you were in the Wheel of Time.
Well, that's an interesting question.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So, this is from... I'll link it in the info about the podcast, but it's quote from quotetv.com. I don't know. It seems legitimate, but anyway. Maria Helen did it. So, good job, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
All right, question number 1, Dave.
Okay.
Starting off with a hard question. What would you say drives you the most in life out of the following options?
Okay.
1, a desire to bring about justice. 2, a desire to do good / change things for the better. 3, knowledge and or fantasy. Or 4, spite.
I would say change things for the better. So I think that's option 2.
All right. Okay, now for those listening, not that there's an alternative option, there's a picture of Daenerys Targaryen with her baby dragon.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Okay, question 2. Is violence ever the answer? A, almost never. B, sometimes. It depends on the situation. Or C, much more often than people think it is.
I'm going to go with almost never.
Interesting. You don't ever think violence is the
almost
answer.
Never.
Oh, not even like in a war situation?
Why are we in a war situation?
Okay. All right. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Question 3. Which do you enjoy the most out of the following? A. Reading fiction. B. Learning, gaining knowledge and insight. C. Real-world experiences, trying something new. Or D. Talking, interacting with those similar to me.
Real-world experiences, trying something new.
Oh, okay. That's not what I picked, but that's fine. Okay.
Well,
So
then I guess I'm right.
This is just a 2-choice thing. Pick one. Stay at home. Stay at home.
Should I stay at home?
Or go out.
See, I think like 20 years ago I would say go out.
Exactly.
And today
right?
I would say probably stay at home.
Stay at home, absolutely. Okay. So, pick one of the 4
Words.
words, concepts. Eternity, life, death, or time.
I'm confused by the question. What am I picking?
I would see it as a concept. So maybe like eternity, meaning like you want to live forever.
Okay.
Life, you just want to live. Death, you
Just want to die?
want to die. Or time, you just want more time. That's how I interpret it when I took it.
Let's go with time, I guess.
Okay. Question 6. Are your convictions and opinions set in stone, or are they more fluid? And the choices are set in stone, fluid, or I like to think that my deepest beliefs are above petty opinions.
I would say set in stone. It's probably not the right way to be, but you know.
This is being, you have to be honest
Yeah.
about who you are in
Yeah.
order to get an accurate place in a fictitious society. Okay, question 7. Which is one of your biggest flaws? Are you prone to meddling and lying? Prone to single-mindedness and being rather mundane? Prone to anger and violence? Prone to isolation and inactivity? Prone to inattentiveness and restlessness? Or prone to being overly rational and lacking sympathy?
Prone to inattentiveness and restlessness.
Oh, okay. I think I picked the isolation and inactivity.
Okay.
Because
Not anger
I
and
often
not anger and violence.
to be alone and not do anything.
Okay.
Okay. This is a tricky one because the font is about a 3-point and it's a quote that I have to
Glad
read.
you're
So,
reading it, not me.
pick the quote that resonates the most with you. Here's your first choice. I just need to zoom in. So comes snow after fire, and even dragons have their endings. That's J.R.R. Tolkien from The Hobbit.
Okay.
2. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain.
Okay.
Hell is empty and all the devils are here. William Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
You can only come to the morning through the shadows. Another Tolkien. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. George R.R. Martin. Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Rumi. And another Tolkien. I want to be a healer and love all things that grow and are not barren.
I think I like. Can you go down so I can see which one that is?
You can see that.
Sort of. You keep on going down.
Okay.
Can you do the raise your voice thing by what's his name?
Rumi?
Rumi. Let's go for that.
Interesting. I think I picked the reader one about not living. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Number 9. What is one of your main strengths? I am smart and easy to get along with. I am helpful and usually friendly. I am far-seeing and dynamic. I am rational and generally high-minded. I am proactive and I have a fiery spirit. I am genuinely carefree and loving. Or I am calm and somewhat wise.
I am rational and generally high-minded.
Oh. I think very highly of yourself. Okay, and then randomly, number 10, pick a part of my favorite character's mantra from A Song of Ice and Fire.
They know these are different series, right? I'm confused.
Favorite character's mantra. So this is Arya Stark, right? Swift as a deer, quiet as a shadow, quick as a snake, calm as still water, fierce as a wolverine. Fear cuts deeper than swords. The man who fears losing has already lost. Oh no, that's not. That's what's her sword master that she teaches from? The one that teaches her how to dance.
Yeah, I forget his name now. It's been a long time.
It's that guy, right? Okay.
So I like out of these quotes, the man who fears losing has already lost.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
I liked fear cuts deeper than swords. That was a good one too. Okay, so imagine yourself in a novel. What do you think your role would be in the book? Would you be the morally gray character? Would you be just a supporting character? Would you be the hero-heroine / main character? Would you be the unique, mysterious side character? Or, I do not fit and find myself fitting in any specific role in the story?
I'm going to go with unique, mysterious side character on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why would you?
I would have put you as like a supporting character.
Oh, you already think I'm not? You don't think I'm good enough to be the unique, mysterious side character? Wow, I'm learning a lot about you.
You know what? All right, this is going to be difficult to do. Orally. So
She said.
this is what. There are images on the screen, and I will do my best to describe them. You're going to pick the image you vibe with the most. So the first image appears to be a woman's hand touching water. Then there's a woman's hand or a person's hand holding fire.
Yep.
Then randomly there's a series of arches, like kind of Roman structure. And then there's a sunset on the sea. Mm-hmm. And then there's a picture of swords being laid over top of each other.
Okay.
Then there's like a pair of glasses on the desk and a half-burnt candle. And then there's a picture of a desk with one window open halfway, like it's a French door style, like it's opening out.
Okay. And
there's trees, and it's sort of sunny. There's flowers on the desk.
I think I'm gonna go with the weird picture on the bottom, the one with the trees and the
that one. That's what I think too.
Yeah.
It looks so inviting and
it's
like
much
cozy.
More so than the rest.
Okay, so you would be the yellow Ajah.
Really? That was an interesting pick.
It says the yellow Ajah focus solely on healing and the study of healing. They are self-assured, practical, competent individuals who value tradition and common sense. Though they can be seen as arrogant, that's not you, and overly orthodox, they are probably the most generally useful of the Aes Sedai and are less likely to turn to evil.
Okay.
I mean, you are very useful. You value common sense.
Yes.
You're self-assured. You're practical and competent. I don't really see you as arrogant, but maybe other people.
Some of these answers might have been. Some of the answers might be. There were a couple confident answers that might be misconstrued as that. Okay. You know.
So should I take it now?
Probably.
Even though I sort of. Okay, I'll try to.
You want to switch seats with me, or no, you don't?
No,
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You can do your own.
All right. So as far as what drives me most in life, I would say a desire to do good. Mm-hmm. Violence is never the answer. I'm going to say sometimes it depends on the situation.
Shocking.
What do I enjoy most out of these? Would be learning and gaining knowledge and insight. Mm-hmm. I would rather stay at home than go out. Okay, so that weird one with the time, eternity, life, and death. I think I picked time the first time. Because that's really all you want. Like, you could live but be in pain.
Yes. Dying,
not ideal. No. I would never want to live forever.
No.
So it's just, people always in the long run wish they have more time. So that's what I'm going to say. My convictions set in stone are fluid. Mine are fluid. Because I used to always think things were set in stone, but now I've noticed, I've looked at clouds from both sides now, and
all right, Joni.
And I've become more fluid as I've gotten older.
Okay.
My biggest flaw, this is hard because I feel like I have a lot, but prone. I don't get violent, so the prone to anger and violence feels a little extreme. But the isolation and activity, I do feel like closing on myself.
Then do what you said before. It's fine.
Okay. And then the quote that resonates most with me. Now that I'm doing this a second time, I feel like I really like the Mark Twain.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
One about that there's 2
days of your life.
Yeah, but where did it go?
It's the second one. No? Third one, maybe?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the 2 most of the day, because that's very true. Okay. One of my main strengths. I think I'm smart, but I don't think I'm easy to get along with. I think I'm helpful, and I'm usually friendly. I don't know if that's true either. I'm definitely not far-seeing and dynamic. I'm rational and generally high-minded, maybe. You know what? I think that I am proactive and have a fiery spirit.
Okay.
Because I, at work especially, tend to be like, let's just solve the problem. Mm-hmm. And also fiery, like...
Yeah, I thought of myself at work for this one too. Because it's like, you have to like... It's tough because
I'm not calm and somewhat wise.
Yeah, that's that. I wish I would. That's what I want to be, but I'm not that.
But I'm not.
No.
Okay, so my favorite characters... So I guess this is the author's favorite character. Anyway, I liked that. This is that mantra from A Song of Ice and Fire. I like the fear cuts deeper than swords. It reminds me of fear is the mind killer, which is like something that I often have chanted in my head in scary times. Anyway. Okay. What do you think your role in the book would be? I struggled with this. I think I might have said the morally gray character.
That's a good one, too.
So let's see. And then pick the vibe. I'm going to pick that same desk with the open window. It's just... I got it again. I got Blue Ajah. That's what I got the last time. The Blue Ajah are focused on justice, righteousness, and general matters of ethics, morality. They are generally discreet, active, and morally upright, who value truth and justice beyond anything else. Though they can lose themselves in their work and have a reputation for being easily swayed by emotion, they accomplish much and are vital. I can be easily swayed by emotion, I guess. That's true. Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's a good quiz if anyone wants to take it. I will put the link in.
Yeah.
But
you could also take a gay test at the same time.
Yeah, you could take a test to see, are you actually straight? I don't really
understand
know if I would use that as your gauge, but whatever works for you.
For sure.
But there's a bunch of other quizzes on here, but we won't do them. Like
our podcast just generally is sort of a new thing, taking quizzes while other people listen.
Well, I think they're interesting. I mean,
yes.
I'm sure we're the only 2 people who find this podcast interesting in general. So
that's okay.
Anyway, well, we'll be back soonish, I hope, with our the episode about Fires of Heaven, unless for some remarkable reason we're back because the Wheel of Time was renewed, or we might come back after WatCon.
Yeah,
after the virtual experience.
Update, just for an update.
Because there's some cool stuff that's coming, the people that are coming to WatCon. So we might be back for that. But anyway, all right, well, thanks for listening. And as my son would say, smash that like button and please subscribe.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.